I'm Harmon Hugh Rogers. I was mayor from 1967 to 1975.
My name is Dan Brazil, and I moved to Lexington in 1975. I've lived in Lexington for 50 years, and I was served on Planning Commission and Town Council and Mayor for a total of 26 years.
I'm Randy Halfacre. I was elected to Town Council in 1994 and ran for mayor in 2004 and was mayor from 2004 to 2013. So it spanned almost 20 years.
My name is Steve McDougall, and I was a council member first in 2011 until 2013 when I ran for mayor and won the election in 2013, and I remained mayor until 2023.
I am Hazel Livingston, and I am the first female mayor of the town of Lexington. I joined the town council in May 1998 and served as mayor pro tem until December 2023 when I became mayor. Deciding to run for town council was an easy decision. I was a single mom, and I wanted to be part of creating a beautiful place, not only to raise my girls, also to provide a place for them to raise their families.
As a boy growing up here, there was a ton to do because we like to be outside. And you could be outside and go as far as you wanted to go, as long as you wanted to go. We were a community of people that always looked out for each other. We knew each other personally. We would see each other in church. We'd see each other at the grocery store. It was a very tight-knit community. We all had something involved with each other's lives growing up here.
The town was very small compared to what it is now. Actually, we had 2 stoplights. We had 2 restaurants, Rawls and Heights. We did have men's clothing wear stores and ladies' stores. We had 2 drug stores. Just before that time, preceding me, was John Kermit Addy, co-owner with his brother of Addy Dodge, then on Columbia Avenue. Mr. Addy had been mayor for 8 years, I believe. He was very much involved in expansion, job creation. Everybody was looking for industry. He was not going to run again, and I was encouraged by leadership in the community to, as we say, offer for mayor, and they talked me into it. I served 2 terms, so a total of 8 years. And at the end of the 8th year, I decided that I would not run again for the job. The size of the force correlated with the size of the town and the population. The chief I remember was Chief Sharp. So I think that maybe we had a chief and 4 officers. We did have around the clock.
When I was first elected to council, we had a situation where we had committees that ran the different departments, or the different departments reported to various committees of town council. And I was put over public safety when I first started. At that particular point in time, just before I took over as public safety, we had the fire department and we had the police department, and we turned the fire department over to the county for them to run that, and the police department was with Lexington. But at the time I first got on council and served as chairman of the Public Safety Committee, we had 2 police officers and a chief and 1 car. And at the time we were growing, and we had the one police car, we started buying some used police vehicles from the state of North Carolina because they sold them at auction. And so we ended up, because of the 2 mil increase tax we had, we ended up getting to the point where we had automobiles for every police officer. So they would take them home, come back, whatever. That gave them the availability to us to protect the town of Lexington, to be able to come anytime because they had their vehicle. They had, as soon as they could get in the vehicle and come, they were available to come and protect the town of Lexington.
My early days as mayor, even as council, the police department had I guess the infamous Crown Vics. That was the law enforcement vehicle. It was that heavy-duty Crown Vic. And I do remember at some point in time that we decided to go a little bit different route, and that route was to pick up I believe a Dodge Charger, what do they call it, a muscle car, I guess. And everybody was so excited about that muscle car being in the police department.
Back then, the police department had one police officer that was very well known, Mike Roth. Did a lot for the community in a very positive way back when law enforcement was tough because he was out on the road by himself.
One story about Mike Roth, who was chief of police in Lexington, that solidified my opinion of the police department, that they were willing to go the 2nd mile and the 3rd mile and whatever to protect the people living in the town of Lexington. But we had a prisoner that had escaped in Newberry, and somehow or other he had made his way to Lexington, and he was in the Mallard Lakes area in the woods, and so our police officers, Mike and the other 2 or 3 officers that went with him, and they were searching for the guy. Well, the guy happened to be in a situation where he got to jump on Mike, the chief, and he took his weapon away from him. It just so happened that that prisoner that they were trying to capture did not have the knowledge to be able to make Mike's weapon work. Because if it had, we would have been having a funeral instead of having a celebration. But in my mind, when I saw that, I just happened to ride through Mallard Lake shortly after Mike climbed up the hill. He was pale and he was breathing hard and sweating and whatever. And I said, Mike, what's wrong? He didn't tell me at that point, but he did tell me later. But I realized then that these officers that are working for us and trying to keep us safe are willing to lay down their lives, are willing to put their lives on line in order to do the job that they have elected to do.
But the chief retired in 2004, and we had a choice to make at that time because the police department was really developing and we were headed in the right direction. And we wanted to make sure we had the right leader with the right attitude that could develop the right culture. And we were confident in Chief Green, or Terrence Green at the time. We put him in that role and he has exceeded our expectations. So,
Going back a good many years now, my wife, Mauro Rogers, was on council here. 20 years or something like that. That would be about 5 terms. And I think maybe she was on the police committee of council. Those are the days when I met Chief Green, and I don't know what his rank was, but yeah, I've been impressed with Chief Green probably 30 years, I don't know. Y'all know how long he's been here. He's came up through the ranks, is my view of his career. So I'm proud of him and proud of the department.
I remember meeting one of the most joyful, funny people I've ever met. I didn't meet Terrence until later on when I got here. It was very quiet the first couple years I was here. I met him as a council member, but really didn't get a chance to know him and find out who he is. But then we talked about, we transitioned from having a chief and an assistant chief to our assistant chief being the new sheriff. And that was a big deal. That really shined a really bright spotlight on the Lexington Police Department.
When I first started on council, one of the first things that I pushed for was the first K-9 officer, whose name was ICE. That was an incredible vote to take. The department received state and national accreditation in the early 2000s. There is now a victims advocate, a crime scene investigator, a crisis negotiating unit, an emergency service team, and a drone team. We have school resource officers in all our schools in town. The department also has bilingual officers and staff. The community action team has done a great job within the community. We have programs throughout the year that allow citizens to engage with the police department. There's Coffee with a Cop, National Night Out, Fall Festival, Bountiful Harvest, Toys for Tots, and in the summer, the department passes out free fans that citizens can beat the heat. The town's police department has always tried to stay ahead of the curve when it comes to technology. We were among the first agencies in the state to implement in-car and body cameras. We have laptops in every patrol vehicle, which keeps them out in their district throughout most of their shift. This leads to quicker response times to calls for service. It's important that we stay ahead because it keeps our community safe and it ultimately makes for a safer town of Lexington. And I'm grateful for the job that they all do.